What's up, guys? It's LooNiE here, and this is going to be a video about my opinions on the PS4 versus the Xbox One. Now, let me go ahead and say this: if I sound a little tired or not really enthusiastic about the new consoles, it's because I gave a blood drive earlier today and that kind of drained me. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it with no delays here. Um, I'll start off by saying I've been an Xbox 360 owner for 5 to 6 years. So this is completely unbiased. I'm not a fanboy of either company. I'm gonna go with the company that's gonna give me the best product and the best gaming experience, as well as help me interact with my subscribers, with my social media. And yeah, as you can see, that can get kind of problematic in a sense. So um, I will I will not say this yet, but actually, no, I will say it. There will be no more Forza, and right there is my decision on what I'm going with. So I'm gonna be getting a PS4. Now there won't be Gran Turismo 6 uploaded to my channel. There won't be really any other racing game except R Factor and Assetto Corsa. Uh, and that'll be of course drifting because I don't do racing. But the Assetto Corsa is probably gonna blow R Factor out of the water when Assetto Corsa is fully released. It's gonna be fully moddable with crazy good physics. The game's gonna be insane when it's fully released. But that's not the point. Um, I guess the first thing I like to touch on between the consoles is the DRM policies, which is the stupid policies that Microsoft tried to instate with the Xbox One, and we told them no to go fuck theirself, and they removed it. Well, that kind of pushed me away from getting an Xbox One to begin with because those policies were stupid, and that they even tried to do that was stupid. And then there's those rumors that yes, Sony was gonna do the same thing, and when they saw how it turned out for Microsoft, they said no, we're not gonna do that, and just drop the whole DRM policy situation. But the thing is, they didn't even try to do it. They thought about doing it, and probably would have if Microsoft didn't do it and get shit on, but they didn't do it. That's the point I'm getting at. They didn't even say anything about it. That's the point that I'm getting at. Um, so on the DRM policy subject, Sony definitely won that in my eyes. You could trade games, link games, all that good stuff that you've always been able to do, and they're not gonna restrict you on that, which is just really cool. And it's a reason I owned a PS2 for so long because you could do that kind of stuff. I guess the next subject would be the controllers. After watching many reviews on each controller, comparing them and contrasting them, and they've all kind of came out the same. The PS4 controller has been the better controller. Not because of its features, because the Xbox One controller has more features, and then the vibrating triggers, and I don't know what else they got. I've kind of forgotten. But the PS4 it doesn't have the vibrating triggers, but it's got a better feel to it. They really improved on the PS3 controller, and it's much bigger. It's much more. It's heavier. Got a heavier feel to it. It's more durable. The analog sticks are wider apart. It's just an overall better controller than the PS3 controller. Now versus the Xbox One controller, I mean, I guess from what the reviews I've seen, the PS4 controller is more comfortable and it feels better, but I don't know for myself. But so I can't really say who wins on the controllers, as I haven't tried both of them out or held either of them in my hand. So I couldn't really say much. But from other reviews, 4 or 5, maybe even 6 reviews that I've watched, the PS4 controller is one. Now the launch titles of each console, the Xbox definitely has, I think, launch titles. It's got Forza, it's got I think Titanfall might be a launch title. I'm not sure. That could just be an exclusive. But it's got really good. Oh, Dead Rising 3. It's got really good launch titles. And the PS4, it really doesn't. But in the long run, the exclusives I think is what's gonna help the PS4. And yeah, I can deal with not having launch titles that are amazing because we're getting games like COD Ghost that are being ported over. I don't really want to say ported over because it sounds just like a copy with better graphics, but I guess that's kind of what COD Ghost is, in a sense. But for 2K, that's 2K Sports, NBA like 2K14, that's not the case. Excuse me, that's not the case. they've kind of they've redone everything for next gen, and they're not porting it over. So and that's the game I'm going to be getting. That's going to be the first game I get, is NBA 2K14 for the PS4. As I'll probably only be able to get one game, and that's the game I want. And I really enjoy playing that game. God, I'm going to burp in a second. Now, this is the main part that kind of sold me to get the PS4 and not the Xbox One. It's the hardware, not the games. Even though games is a huge factor, you know, you want to have the games, like good games for every console you choose. But the hardware is what really sold me over. The more future-proof console is going to have better games in the future. That's just point blank, period. So the first thing I like to touch on the hardware specifics is the RAM that each console uses. As you guys probably know, Xbox One chooses DDR3 RAM to use, along with like 32 megabytes, I think, if I remember correctly from watching a video, of SRAM or ESRAM. The thing is, ESRAM is ridiculously stupid to code for, according to many developers. Whereas the PS4 has a better RAM, therefore a task or a process won't take near as much as it would on Xbox One to complete. If you understand, I hope that made sense. So let me just kind of rephrase that one more time. The PS4 can do something with less RAM than the Xbox One could, because it has faster RAM. Anyway, and that's definitely more future-proof. The PS4 has GDDR5, Xbox One has GDDR3, and a lot of times I bet developers won't even use that ESRAM because it's just a pain in the ass to code for, and they don't really know how to code for it. So half the time, unless they figure it out down the road of Xbox One, I highly doubt they'll use it. And even if they do figure out how to use it, it really won't provide that much of a graphical increase. So, you know, you can't really... The PS4 graphics-wise just completely shits on the Xbox One. And that's facts. That's not my opinion, that's facts. I mean, if you go look at Xbox One gameplay of COD Ghost versus PS4, you can tell. The lighting is better, the colors are better, it's just an overall better looking game on the PS4. Now, I got done watching a video of this guy, and he has, don't take this as me hating on someone for their opinion, but he has got to be the most close-minded, retarded person I have ever seen talk about anything to do with gaming systems. This dude is the hardest Xbox/Microsoft fanboy that I have ever seen in my entire 11 years of fanboys and games and gaming in general. It is, yes, I'm 17, I've been gaming since I was like 6, don't worry about it. He's a huge fanboy. Okay, let me just, I quote, if I remember the quote correctly, I think I do. He said, a couple years, I'm sorry, I already messed that up, see? I don't remember. Actually, I do, hang on, let me, okay, here we go. He said, I tried to use my, and I quote, I tried to use my PC that's a couple years old to play Crysis 3, and I had everything on low settings and was getting single-digit frame rates. And this is on a gaming PC subject, and that's an end quote, by the way. He said that the Xbox One is way better than a gaming PC. First of all, he has that opinion from playing one of the most graphically intense and challenging games that barely any PC can run at a full 60 frames a second. And he tried to play it on a very old non-gaming computer, and he's complaining that that is shit because he didn't get above 10 frames when he didn't have the computer adequate to play that game. And that's his whole mindset. The Xbox One is so much better than anything Sony or the PC business has, and it amazes me that he is that close-minded and that retarded when it comes to hardware and specifications and things of that nature. It is baffling how stupid this guy is. And I don't hate on him for his opinion, but his opinion is fucking retarded as he doesn't know the facts. I hope you guys get where I'm coming from. It's so stupid. Sony's hardware is I wouldn't say way better, but it is better than the Xbox One's hardware, and that's just a fact. I mean, you can go look it up. It is a fact that the Xbox One's hardware is better. I think I remember correctly. It is a 30 to 40% increase in graphical performance over the Xbox One that the PS4 has. That's a lot. That can, that can really help in some games. And another thing that I'm remembering from hearing is that the Microsoft company is paying developers to not push the PS4 to its full potential because the Xbox One can't keep up. And speaking of that, Microsoft has reportedly overclocked their processor to from 1.64, I think it was, to 1.75. Now think of the temperature increase that causes on something very slim and very compact. Can you say R-Rod? Can you say Red Ring of Death? Xbox 360 repeat? You mean you gotta take the same thing into consideration, whereas the PS4 has no overheating problems. Okay. Now, another thing that I want to touch on is the dedicated servers thing, and I give Microsoft huge props for this. Every game on the Xbox One is going to have dedicated servers, and that is a huge deal. That is amazing. That's what gamers have wanted for however long that P2P servers, player-to-player servers, have been existing. Everybody's wanted dedicated servers. PC gamers want dedicated servers. Dedicated servers is a huge deal, and that Microsoft is catering to that. But you gotta think the PS4 is leaving it up to the developers whether or not they want dedicated servers. If you're a developer and you're creating a next-gen game, you're gonna want the best gaming experience for your fans and your franchise lovers. Let's put it that way. Your franchise. What are those people? I can't remember the name. The people that stick with that franchise forever. That's the word I'm looking for. They're going to want those people to have the best gaming experience possible. So they're going to have dedicated servers. I expect companies like Activision, Activision, I think it's the same thing as Infinity Ward, and Treyarch, and, EA, and 2K Sports, and all the big names, they're going to have dedicated servers. I predict that. So I'm not really worried about that. And if they don't have dedicated servers, I don't think it's a smart move on their part. I think that they need to have dedicated servers for the big titles that will be coming out for each console, Xbox One and PS4. You already know the Xbox One's going to have dedicated servers for that title, and it's going to come to PS4, so why doesn't it have dedicated servers? It's kind of not fair. So I'm sure they'll have dedicated servers for the big platform games on each platform. I think I messed that up. But you get the idea. The next thing I want to touch on that the Xbox One is so amazing for, and this is where it's going to get its performance at when developers actually use it, it's not possible. And what I'm talking about is cloud computing, where basically your processor or graphics unit in the Xbox One is going to send a task to a server, thousands, hundreds of thousands, I don't know how far away, and it's going to process that and send it back to your console. Here's my opinion on that. How is it going to do that with no lag or latency? Even a 1 millisecond response time is too slow. When a processor, graphical or just processor in general, needs a task done, it needs it done instantly. You can't have waiting time because that'll just make everything lag. That'll make the console lag, that'll make the game lag, that'll make everything lag. So you really can't do that. It's not possible. Maybe in the next couple years, but right now, that's not possible. I really don't think that's possible. And if it is, holy shit, Microsoft nailed it again. Now, again, they ever nailed it before? And they somewhat nailed it. If this is possible, they fucking nailed it. Okay, it's good, and I'll regret my decision buying a PS4 if this is actually possible and it works like they say it will. But beyond all that, I think the PS4 is going to provide a better gaming experience, whereas the Xbox One will provide a better social interaction experience, if you get what I'm saying. Like, Microsoft is all about the multitasking and the social interactions, but that's not really what the Xbox was supposed to be about when they started. The Xbox was supposed to be about games and gamers and being able to watch movies and shit on there. I mean, it kind of goes to social media, and I guess, but they were about gaming, and Sony has stuck with that. Sony has stuck with that from the beginning. They're all about gamers. You know, they want to have that, you know, the online capabilities, you know, going on YouTube or having a web browser, but they don't want to go overboard with it. You know, Microsoft's trying to control. They're trying to take over your cable, man. Like, really? Your cable or your digital satellite or whatever the fuck it is. They're trying to take it over. They want everything. And that I don't like that. That doesn't fit me or fit my needs, I should say. I think just the PS4 in general is a better gaming console. And down the road, the more money they make off people actually paying for PlayStation Network, yes, they're making you pay for it, but it is cheaper than Xbox Live, I think. You know, as you pay for PlayStation Network, it's gonna get better, and they're gonna make improvements because you're gonna have the money to make improvements. That's why I don't mind paying for an online membership, because you're getting the benefits from it. You're getting the better experience. So I really think Microsoft is gonna lose this next gen of consoles, the whole war. They're gonna lose it because in the long run, PS4 is gonna have better games. It's gonna be easier to code for. It won't be near as dated. The PS4 is just more future proof, and that's what's important when it comes to consoles. Sony has always made consoles that last for 10 years and get better and better as you know they unlock the hardware, make get more out of it. And I think Sony has made another 10-year console that will last 10 years before another one really needs to be made, and that's amazing. You know, Sony has always done that, and Microsoft did that with the 360. But remember, when the 360 came out, everyone and everybody who had a console was getting the red ring of death, and Microsoft didn't give a shit. They just wanted your money. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. This has been a 17-minute video so far, which is kind of insane. I'll probably do an unboxing video of the PS4 if you guys watch that. If you just want to watch it, I guess I'll do an unboxing video as I am picking up on release day. Sadly, I didn't pre-order because I was still debating on which console I wanted. So I'm gonna be waiting in line at, I guess, probably Walmart to get my console. But that night I'm gonna bring it home and do an unboxing video. I guess. And oh, by the way, let me say this: they have confirmed on the PS4 that you will be able to record with external capture cards, so that's not a problem. Anyway, I'll probably show you, like go through the menus and all that, and show you guys that if you want. And then I'll probably upload a little bit of NBA 2K14 next gen footage because 2K Sports has blown the NBA 2K14 out of the water. They've completely redone so many things to make the game so much better. It's gonna be a great experience. So I guess that's really it. I guess I've really covered everything that I feel I need to cover. If there's anything I left out, or you have a question about something, put it in the comments and I'll answer you as soon as I see it. Fucking Google Plus actually makes that easier on me as I get to see comments and I don't have to go to my inbox and most people don't like it, but I think it's alright. It kind of, I did sign a petition or whatever to make the old YouTube comments because I didn't like how it forced you to use Google Plus if you didn't want to. I think that's not right. So, but yeah, that'll do it. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, like I said, put it in the comments. I'll answer you. And if you like the video, click that like button. Just give it one good click, and then you can leave. And subscribe if you like my opinion and you like and stuff. Okay, bye guys.